Welcome to our I Am Workshop Conversation Series, a transformative journey designed to inspire self-discovery and ignite your creative spirit. With your hosts, Anna Maria Davalos, Maria Lanes, and Maclovia Martel. Today's guests are twin sisters, Gigi and Rosy. They are two mothers of a miracle childbirth. They share a deep passion for family life, which brings them so much joy. They are the mothers of Rocco. Thank you for being here, ladies. We are so grateful that you're here.
Thank you for having us.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience or your experiences?
Well, just in general, I think that, uh, being twins, and I know that we're going to talk about Rocco, specifically that experience, but I think that I just wanted to provide a little bit of context with my relationship with my sister. Um, because I don't know if it's like this happens to every sibling or it's just twins specific, but I hope that like normal siblings have the opportunity to bond or create a relationship like the one that we have with Rosie. She has been like with my tweensy, she's been my life savior so many times. And, this is not diminishing the relationship with our husbands or friends or other relatives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just talking about specifically that connection that I have with this woman who I adore. And, she's been there all along with me since womb, since we were in uterus.
Literally.
Um, so it's, with Rocco, it's one of the many times that she's come into my life and just brought miracles and, in gifts that are undescribable in words.
Mm.
It is so sweet. I know this because obviously I've been there to experience the whole thing, but when she puts it in words, oof, it's a lot.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah.
And
Of
they
course,
and they're so different because it's a different personality in both. So
yeah.
when every time I see them, it's like Gina and Rosy. I mean, they were born the same day, they were born in the same womb, and their personality is so different. So it's like we can start talking a
Yeah.
little bit about that
But the
also, and then
connection,
about
the
Rocco.
the connection of, the true connection is the love, and you can feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also, I feel it's definitely love, but I also feel like there's something deeper than that. Because for us, even when we were teenagers, if I was in Ecuador and she was here, I would just concentrate and I would just call her and she would actually say, "Were you calling me?" Like we had that type of connection.
I've heard of that.
Or
Yeah.
something happened to me and I knew that something had happened to her and vice versa. We
Mhm.
were deeply connected.
On a
And
different
then
level. Yeah.
at a different level, yes.
Yeah.
And then I lost it when I had my daughter because I feel like Bernie, my daughter, the first one, my first child, that connection went to her. And I think that we lost Gigi that, right? As soon as I became a mom, we couldn't like that we didn't have the superpowers anymore.
It was definitely a superpower, but that's like Annie was saying uh, that we are so different and we have lived such different lives because Rosie got married when she was very young and had her kids when she was very young.
Hmm.
I got married later and decided to, go to college and then grad school and all of that. And the plan was to have babies, to start a family as soon as, I finished grad school. Like that was the plan. So that was when I turned 30. That was the plan. And of course, that didn't happen with my infertility issues. So despite the fact that we've lived different lives
Hmm.
and we had our children in such different time of our lives, we've our friendship and connection has remained there all along.
Yeah.
So it's been a constant through so many times in our lives. Like, we had a brother, a sibling who was older than us, and Eddie died when he was 25. So we were 23 at the time.
Mm,
We went through that together. Um, Rosie staying in Ecuador when, in getting married and me moving back to the US to go to college, that was huge.
That
We've
was
never been
huge.
apart.
mm.
Um, you know, uh, Rocco, obviously, the end of my first marriage, now menopause. Like she's been there. She's been a constant.
Can we start from the beginning of this story about Rocco?
Sure.
His,
Before
yeah.
before I want to say something
Hmm.
that it's amazing. Gina was married to my actual husband right now.
Hmm.
And that's another kind of like miracle because we get along amazing. I mean, since we met. And that's something weird. So we call it a modern family. It's like sometimes my daughter hears me talking with Gina, is like, oh my God, you always talk to Gina. And it's like, yeah, it's like part of this modern family that a lot of people cannot
Yeah.
understand that. It's like,
Hmm.
yeah, but how come?
And I'll just say something about that because I think it's really important. And thank you, Annie, for saying it and acknowledging it. That started with my mother. When our dad and mom divorced, they actually became friends. And then I saw that with Rosie when she, um, with her first husband and his wife, they also have a really close relationship. So when Miguel remarried, I was hoping that I would have that relationship with you, Annie,
Mhm.
and you have shown nothing but love and kindness towards my son, towards Rocco, our son. And how can I not nurture that? You
Mhm.
know, if you're doing what's best for my son, for our son, like how can I not invest in our relationship? I've seen it work with my sister. I've seen it work with my mother. It's like that's part of this journey of parenthood. You put your kids first
Mhm.
and it works. Magic happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
amazing. Thank you,
yeah,
Jean.
Okay.
sure. So I was about 30 years old when we decided, okay, this was the plan, let's start. We come from a family, Rosie and I come from a family, a huge family. Uh 16, my mom is one of 16. We have like 55 fish cousins, huge. Like, so I thought, those are my genes. This is gonna happen quick. And I think 3 years into it or something like that, we were like, okay, there's something wrong. And I remember my gynecologist saying, you know what, I think you need to go check yourself for, maybe there are some infertility issues.
Hmm.
And I just remember listening to that word infertility, and I was like, so foreign to me. It was
Hmm.
like saying, I can't even think about another word that it would be so out of this world. Um, and we said, okay. So we started basically doing all of this. All along, I'm telling
Mhm.
Rosie what's happening. Um, so and the problem is that I would get pregnant and that I would miscarry. And that happened 5 different times. So it was extremely, extremely painful. Um, I can't tell you how devastating it is when you have this incredible, uh, joyous time in your life and you think that all your dreams are going to come true and then it's basically one after the other.
Hmm.
It dies, right?
Hmm.
Literally. So we did IVF, we did uh before that we did artificial insemination, um and nothing worked.
Hmm.
So it was probably at 30, I was 37 then. Now, like, imagine all the years and all everything that happened, um uh trying to conceive and then not, um and losing babies. And so at some point my ex-husband was ready for us to try again, and this time we knew we had to do something different. So I said to him, our options are, uh adoption or just, having someone else
Surrogate.
egg.
Yeah.
A donor.
No, a donor,
Oh,
egg
a donor.
donor.
Okay.
Surrogate, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, wasn't a thing as prevalent as it is now. So we decided to do egg donation. And I called Rosie because I was ecstatic that, my ex-husband was, was entertaining the idea. And the moment I said to Rosie, Rosie, guess what? We're going to do egg donation. Miguel agreed to it. The moment I said that, Rosie was like, I'll do it. I was like, what? And I mean, I would love for you, Ñañita, to say it, Rosie, like say it, like what you felt, because my mind couldn't compute what I had just heard from my sister. But it was unbelievable in that moment. And I can share, we can share more about the story, but can you
Do you
share what you
want
were
her
feeling?
to be the donor, or were you thinking, did you just bring it up?
I
So
just brought it up.
you just brought it up, and okay.
Yeah, it was
You
completely
didn't even ask her. She just said it. Yeah.
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
And I think that what happened also is that when she said that, it was a moment, one of my moments, or one of the moments in my life where I completely understood why I'm in this, why I exist, right?
What's your
It's one of,
purpose? Mm.
this is one of the purpose of my entire life.
Mhm.
If I can do this for my sister, I'm happy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't need anything else, because I know
Mhm.
what the gift of motherhood is, and for her to experience like that, because she was the best auntie. My goodness, my kids would always say, "Mommy, do you mind that we love Tia Gigi as much as we love you?" And I would be like, "Oh my God, of course not, mi amor."
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know it's, like having, so the whole concept for me, when she said that, I was like, okay, this is it. This is the reason why I'm here. I can do this, Ñañita. I can do it. And we just started talking about it. And for me, it was like a project. It was just, I was all in from the moment that she said those words. And then we had to start this like long, long, long process. But I was in from, yeah, the very first moment.
You got injections also, right? You
Yes.
both needed a lot of hormones, and that was
Yeah.
hard.
It was really hard because, and I just have to mention something also, because not only did she say yes like that, I have to give credit to my brother-in-law because he was 100% supportive
Yeah.
of his wife doing this.
Mhm.
And my ex-husband for, you know, also thinking, wow, this is happening. Like, because the moment where Rosie said it, I was like, oh my God, can we do it?
Mhm.
Let's do it. But they had to come along, they had to be in agreement with us. So the moment that Rosie said that, we decided to do it. There's all kinds of things that you need to go through when it's like a known donor that you don't have to go through when it's, someone that it's, unknown. So you have to go through um like a psychological evaluations or something like that, where you have to talk to someone just to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and what your intentions are. So obviously we all passed. And so we started it, right? So to do it, I was living in Maryland and Rosie in Florida. So she had to come here. And Rosie, I'll let you speak to it because she just handled it like such a boss. She was unbelievable through that. She's in her late 30s and she is getting all this medication to completely, you know, stimulate her. And she never complained, ever.
Mhm.
She just wanted to do it. And it was incredible. It was really wonderful. So, Rosie, do you want to share your experience?
Yeah, that the whole thing is that for me, I wasn't as emotional as Gigi was, right? With the whole process, she had been trying for 7 years. For me, was like, it's like
when you run a marathon or you do a triathlon, this is a training that you need to put in. And the day of the race is that's all you can think about, or at least that's what I do when I used to do that. So I had a target and I was gonna get there no matter what.
Mhm.
It was almost like a little robot. I would just go in the bathroom and pew, do those injections in the morning, at night. I don't even remember. My whole belly was all purple and pink or whatever. But I did whatever I needed to do with the most. I was so joyous of just the opportunity to do that for my sister. And so I didn't see any issue with anything. Once we were in and we were cleared, because at the beginning we had a bump, remember that even though we wanted to do it, we went to the doctor and then the doctor says, we're like so happy. Oh, our DNA is like 99.99999 identical.
Mhm.
So can it be better than that? I don't know. I don't know who can have 100%. But when we went to the doctor is like, if your sister is having issues at 37 years old or 38, most probably you're having the same issues. And so it's actually not a good thing. And we
That's
were,
true.
remember, he burst or bubble, tried to.
Mhm.
And we were like, well, we want to get tested. We want to do this thing. I had already had 2 children. So I knew that my body had gone through that whole experience. So I was like, maybe there's something a little bit different with me because I had kids. And he said, well, he started testing us, right? What did he do? I don't remember. He actually said he first said no.
Hmm.
And then I remember, like, as our faces, right? It was such blow to our joyous, to our joy, that in the same visit, he was, I think as we started talking, he was like, you know what? This is not, if we don't try it, like my medical head is saying, no, you guys are going to have the same issues. But if we don't try it, we will never know. That's what the doctor said.
Wow.
So immediately we were like, "Ooh," another moment, right?
Mhm.
This
Mhm.
may happen, or this is happening. So he said, we're just going to go in and we're just going to stimulate you, Rosy.
Mhm.
So he gave Rosy like a set of hormones
Mhm.
that, like, a particular, I can't remember what you call it, like a protocol.
Mhm.
And so Rosie did that for a month. And then she came back and we tested her and she hadn't stimulated well. And he's like, yeah, you guys are going to have the same issues. But he himself said, we're going to try it again. And this time we're going to try a different protocol. And when we did that the second time around, Rosie actually created enough eggs, um, for us to be able to retrieve them and
Hmm.
inseminate them.
Yeah.
So, um, so Rosie came here. We retrieved, I can't remember how many, maybe 7. Um, and by the time that they do the quality control or whatever it is that they look for, only they inseminated 5. And then you have to wait until, specific days to see how the eggs are basically, um, changing and evolving. And then there was only one left the
Oh,
day
that's
of the
amazing.
implantation. And that was Rocco.
And he was not supposed to be born because they were giving up, right? I remember that
Yeah,
you told me that story.
yeah, yeah. And, they're supposed to be like, I can't remember how many cells or whatever. Um, but the doctor knew how much we wanted a baby. And I remember this lady in the physician's office, and she said, you know what? Let's go for it. You have one. Ideally, they always transfer 2, they implant 2. And
Hmm.
all along, Rosie's taking drugs, I'm taking drugs, hormones, so that my womb is ready to basically,
Receive it.
welcome
Hmm.
and receive the the embryo, and or I can't remember what you call it then. And yeah, and then Rocco was born from that.
So it was 7 eggs, and then it
7. I think we retrieved 7 from Rosie,
Mm-hmm.
5 were inseminated, and
Okay.
every day we knew that they're supposed to divide a specific way
Mm-hmm.
once you merge the sperm with the egg,
Mm-hmm.
once you inseminate it, and the other ones were not dividing as they should have.
Okay.
So that's why you start losing some of them because they're not reproducing the way that they should be. But Rosie hadn't lost babies, so these
Mm-hmm.
were her eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
technically, um, it was her eggs that weren't also because they were the eggs of a 37-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you have an egg donor, they're typically in their early 20s. Those are
Yeah.
the eggs you want, that people seek. That's
Hmm.
prime time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they were 37 of a 37-year-old woman. So, but it happened.
Yeah.
And Rocco was born this, you know, big, like baby, beautiful, just, now he's 16-year-old, he's 6'2", he's 175 pounds. It's like unbelievable. I have a picture of Rocco where he's just cells because they take a
Yeah.
picture of the egg that they're going to transfer. And it's incredible.
You met in McLovia
Yes, I met
in
Rocco. I
this
met him
in yeah,
at the retreat.
at the
Yeah.
So
retreat.
was there were no problems with the birth or anything like that? Was it um in labor? Were you in labor for quite a long time, or was it?
So the way that it happened with us, so because I was already 37,
Mm-hmm.
they consider my pregnancy high risk.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I had had so many miscarriages. So what we did, they saw me more times because I was high risk. And at some point, uh the babies are supposed to turn, and like early on, like the placenta is supposed to move to a different place, but mine didn't. So I had what they're called placenta previa. So basically the placenta was covering my cervix, so I knew that Rocco had to be born via C-section
Mm-hmm.
because the placenta
Yeah.
was there covering it. So it was
Mm-hmm.
just a matter of when
Mm-hmm.
Rocco, I would start bleeding. That was what I was expecting. And that's when he was ready. So Rocco was born 37 weeks. So he was born a little early. But other than that, there were no other issues. Like I didn't have any big cravings. I actually craved healthy food all the time. And that's why he's such a good eater.
Mm.
He eats
Yeah,
everything.
Mm-hmm.
everything.
But
I
no,
also,
no major issues.
Gigi, I remember that you had two doctors. Like you had a high pregnancy doctor and then you would have the regular doctor. So right?
Yeah.
Am I remember
Yeah.
that correctly?
At the beginning, I had my fertility doctor who was monitoring like the whole thing. He was lovely. He was amazing, not lovely. And then he just wanted to know how we were doing because he also took a risk on us, right?
Yeah, for
He,
sure.
he so he was vested in it.
Yes.
And then my high risk doctor, who I saw, like, I think it was every month at the beginning. And then after that, it was even more frequent towards, I think that at some point, she was seeing me more often.
Does Rocco
Um,
ever talk about um looking back on it? Does he ever comment on it?
very seldom now. It's
Mm-hmm.
so part of who he is. And he's known, even when he didn't understand it, we would
Mm-hmm.
talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Rosie talked to him about it. Obviously, my ex-husband, we've all talked. It's never been something that it's a secret,
Yeah.
even for today.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hmm.
said to him, like, we're doing this and we're going to talk about you and how you were conceived. And he was like, so? I mean, he didn't say that, but it was
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's going to be a lot more, it's going to be out there. And he was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And
he's
Rosie,
he's
you're
very
the second
normal.
mom, right? You're the
Yes,
your mom too.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But it was one of the when they did the this test, psychological test, I guess. One of the things that they wanted to know or find out is whether or not I would want to, because I'm a donor and I'm a close donor to Gigi, if I would, the fear was that I would get attached.
Mm-hmm.
And and how I would deal with that. And thank God we never had an issue. Like for me, I was always thinking, oh, I have my two kids. Like I'm not having this baby. Uh, I'm just donating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I really never got a too
That
close or
attachment.
anything. The
Mm-hmm.
attachment was never there really for me. It has always been Rocco is my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do feel like when I'm with him, I'm as protected and as a mother as I'm gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
but because he's my
Mm-hmm.
nephew.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really um like it was a conversation early on,
Okay.
but we never had an issue with it. And even today, like he's tia, like that. Sometimes he calls me mom just because he thinks his mom is talking behind him and it's
Yeah.
me.
Now let's talk a little bit about his personality. That's the thing, because sometimes when Rocco lived with me for a while, because when I was in Washington, so in vacations he came with me, and I was like, this personality, it's not like Gina, especially when he was very uh what would be the word, rebellious, like a
Yeah.
rebel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Rossy would be like this. I mean, the personality wise, it's, I think sometimes
Are
it's
you are
pretty
you the more
dangerous for them.
rebellious one,
I'm the
I
Rosie?
rebel one.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was. And I remember talking to Gigi about it and Miguel, and I was like, listen, you have to be very, very conscious. And I'm telling you this right now. Because both of my kids are more like Gigi. They're more by the book, they're super responsible, they're like never nasty or anything. Like they are very, very good kids.
Structured. Yeah.
Yeah. And here I am having, donating to Gigi. And I'm like, Gigi, what if this child acts like me? Remember how I was in high school? Are you sure you can handle that again?
She was used to it, I guess. Gina's
No, I love the story that always Rossy says that Gigi was her moral compass.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was for everything. I was a lazy student. I really didn't enjoy
Mm-hmm.
the traditional education system that we had down in Ecuador. So for me, going to school was a social event. And and then and Gigi was so studious. I mean, Gigi was an A plus student, and so was our brother. So I was always like the black sheep. And I would
Mhm.
always tell my mom, I mean, you have a son that is like the best. You have your daughter that is also like top. I have to, like, somebody has to be second or third or whatever.
Yeah. The black sheep of the
The
family.
black sheep of the family. Yes.
Yeah,
He wasn't
it's
a
like
black
fire
sheep.
and water. It's the yin and yang, but it
Yes.
creates that balance. It really does. I mean, that
Yes.
is the positive and the negative. It's this beautiful balance of life.
Yeah.
Spiritually, when do you two have the same thoughts? Do you know what the other one is thinking? Sometimes I heard that with twins. Sometimes you can feel something like if they're in trouble or
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, yes. It doesn't happen as often as it used to, but we've had things where, like, I remember years ago, Miguel bought me a guitar, and I called Rosie, and I was like, "Get what I just bought," or Miguel gave me, and she's like, "A guitar." It's like, what?
See? That's what I mean.
How
Yeah.
can? Or we buy the same top, like we've
Yeah.
had that happen. Like, or the
Without
same
us.
shorts, we're just shopping around,
Mhm,
and all of
mhm.
a sudden we come back and we've done the same thing. We've purchased the same exact item.
Or dreams? Do you ever have dreams of like
Connection.
premonition?
Mm, no, I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
Mm. That you
I
two have
don't
No.
the
think
same
so.
voices. You do
We
have
do.
Yeah.
And it's
And
worse in
they're
Spanish.
both singers. I mean, yeah. They used to sing for a band.
oh, you
In
go to
high school.
They used to open concerts.
Gina.
Yeah.
In high school.
I don't have that voice. I mean, I don't think Miguel would ever give me a guitar.
No.
Like that's,
But it's
I
such an
dance though.
it's like this beautiful extensive family. And now Annie
Oh yeah.
and Maria's in the family. And I
Yeah.
mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That-
that's something that a lot of people don't understand. I was in Miami before coming to Ecuador, and I just saw all of them, all the other family. Not
Mhm.
Miguel, but I was with all of them. We were partying with Rocco. So everybody thinks it's like, why it's so weird. And it's like, for us, it's not weird. I mean, we
Mhm.
share a lot of things in common. And if we can help each other, I mean, it's good. And it's like a different thought that what society thinks. It's different. I mean, it's
Yeah.
another kind of connection. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Annie, just like quickly, it is, and it's to the detriment of the kids.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Because Rocco is a better person, a better human being because of the love that he's surrounded by.
Mhm.
100%. I don't care what people say, that you and I could have had a different relationship, but we chose to give our best because
Mhm.
of Rocco.
Mhm. Yep.
Now, the fact that we like each other for other reasons, it's like icing on the cake.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We say past lives. I say past lives.
Well, he's
Uh,
lucky. He
Yeah.
has 3 mothers.
yeah. One always Maclovia, she has
Hmm.
these angel cards.
Hmm.
We
Oh,
want Maclovia to have your angel cards because she always brings a message. We have two things when we end the show. It's a message, but I think the message, they have given the message right now, so I don't want to ask again. But she has the angel cards that have amazing messages for the twins. Let's see what it comes.
okay.
Wait.
And usually the card that falls down, right? It's the one that's for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I mix them.
Yeah.
We just do this at the end of the show. So
It's
you
fun.
don't want to ask the question, Annie.
Because I mean, the
Mhm.
question I always ask is, what message would you guys give to women, to the world? I mean, we're an international show, an international podcast. What message would you like to give other women about what you've been through?
Message to humanity, a message about your experience. Mm.
Gigi, you want to start? Yeah, I was gonna say, to me, there's a few, but I think that, I think that if a woman wants to be a mother,
Mhm.
there are different ways of doing it, not to be constrained by the traditional way, but there are many, many ways in which it can happen.
Mhm.
And I would do it all over again, going through all the loss, going through all the pain, because really parenthood is the hardest job in the world, but it's also incredibly fulfilling.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm just lucky that I have this beautiful woman in my life, my sister, who gave me that gift. But,
Mhm.
parenthood, if you want to be a mommy, you can be. There are many, many different ways how.
It's
Yeah.
loving family. It's just, this incredible love. I mean,
Yes.
and trust with family.
And I feel like I was so blessed, and it was such a huge privilege to be able to do that,
Mhm.
because not everybody can say what I can say, right? That I was part of that journey for my sister and for our entire family, to be honest with you, because it has
Yeah.
been a joy for all of us. So I feel
Beautiful.
yeah, I've always felt very, very happy and just very privileged to have been able to do that for her.
Well, that's a beautiful, beautiful message.
Yeah.
So these 2 cards here fell out.
Okay.
And this is interesting. This says,
What is it?
I read
it
it. Hold on.
says
Living. We can. The
giving,
light.
giving and receiving,
Wow.
which is sort of what we've just been talking about.
Yes,
So,
100%.
so it says the entire universe operates in cycles similar to inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale or give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So both giving and receiving. Which
Yes.
is beautiful.
Amazing card.
Beautiful.
And this
Beautiful.
listening or listens came out.
Uh-huh.
And it says, quiet your mind and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desires manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is your request to you. Listen. So
Oh, I love it.
that was it. Giving and receiving one, I really feel like that's something we were just talking about. But this was a very beautiful and touching interview, and the experience is, I think it's going to help some other people, you know.
Love. Yeah.
I hope
Connect
so.
with
Yeah, the
love, not
connection
with
with
fear.
family.
And when you're connecting with love, you're not with fear. I mean, you cannot have one or the other. So
Or the other.
yeah. So you did this process without fear, and you just did it.
Yes.
And it came out beautifully. It was
Yeah.
it was probably I mean, from point A to point B.
Yeah.
Point A, just 5 miscarriages, and then here's Rocco.
It was a
It's
fearless experience. I think we can like wrap it like that, right? It was a
I like that.
fearless experience because we went all in.
Thank you guys for having us. I love what
Yes.
you're doing. I love the message that you're spreading. Every interview, keep going. We're here to support you, and
100%.
That is
all the
so
very
great.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're so
Thank you.
grateful to have you, and hopefully we'll see you again next retreat.
Yes.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
We're gonna
Let us know when.
yes, we'll let you know, and we're gonna let our audience know about our workshops and retreats that we're gonna have. So
Wonderful.
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
ladies.
Take care.
Ciao.
Bye.